Hello everyone, it's me again. So before we start, I want to apologize for the lack of content. I wanted to make a Yuumi and a Lux guide for a really long time, just the nerfs kept coming in, so I wanted to make sure that Riot is done with them, and I really hope they are. So without more delay, welcome to my Yuumi guide. Let's begin. Skills. Passive. Bop and block. Yuumi's next basic attack will grant a shield that lasts until it's broken. While attached, shield transfers to her anchor. Q. Prowling projectile. Yuumi fires a missile in a straight line, dealing damage and slowing the target. While attached, Yuumi can direct a projectile, like curving the bullet, and in this state, the Q deals more damage when it hits its target. W. You and me. Passive. Yuumi and her anchor gain flat AP or AD, plus an amount equal to percentage of the other's AP or AD, whichever is higher. She starts with a point in W, making it so her Q has 6 ranks instead. Active. Yuumi can dash from one ally to another, or detach. Reminder, this ability has a cooldown, especially early levels. While attached, Yuumi is disarm, cannot basic attack, and untargetable, except towers. After some nerfs, towers seem to prioritize her very quickly, so be very careful with this. E. Zoomies. Passive. She stocks Zoomy charges up to maximum 2. Active. Yuumi heals herself and gains movement speed. While attached, her anchor gets these effects. Ultimate. Final chapter. Active. Yuumi's book slaps people with waves, each wave dealing magic damage. If a target is hit by 3 waves, then they get rooted. I will almost always max Q and then go for an Emax into W. Sometimes I might throw 1-2 extra points in W in early levels if I find my AD is not doing as much damage as I would like. Tips. While traveling with W, you can still use and control your Q. When using your ulti, use your W to be able to get maximum efficiency of it. When using your anchored Q in lane, try to mask it through bushes or terrain. While you dash from one ally to another, you can be interrupted by CC and displacements, and it will put your W on cooldown. You have 2 charges of E, you can speed up multiple allies. Whenever you are sieging, make sure you are aware of tower aggro, because you will die in 3 hits. Karthus damage from his ulti will affect you when you are attached as well. Some interactions. If you have Tristana bomb on you and you attach, the bomb will transfer to your anchor. This does not apply for ignite damage or poison. Runes. Here are too many rune pages Yuumi can use. I've been thinking to show all of them, but I feel that these 2 are genuinely what summarize her playstyle. First one is an aggressive rune page, and I will almost always play with this in solo queue. So let's start. Sorcery with Comet, Mana Flow, Absolute Focus. You can go Transcendence here as well because you will overcap CDR fairly quickly. And Scorch with Precision Secondary with Presence of Mind and Cut Down. The second page is a full support page that you usually want to pick when you're either dual queuing with an AD or in a more competitive environment. Sorcery, Airy, Mana Flow, Transcendence, Gathering Storm. Here I want to max out any flat AP that I can get. With Secondary and Resolve, Font of Life, and Revitalize. You can go Shield Bash instead of Font of Life, and I mostly do, but as I said, this is my full support page. Summoner spells, Ignite and Exhaust. Usually you want your AD to run heal when you're running this setup, and you are looking to kill the enemy dueling because you are one combat summoner up over them. Heal and Ignite or Exhaust. This is when your AD wants to have TP, and depending on your second summoner, if it is Ignite, you still have kill pressure on the duo lane. If it is Exhaust, you might want to play a more poke-heavy oriented, let them run at you and int kind of style. Why no flash? I am sure that there are many debates over this, but I have 2 very simple reasons. 1, you will not use it as efficiently as you think, since you want to be jumping from ally to ally or attach detach whenever you're trading, and all-inning obviously. And 2, once one auto from Misfortune, not a fed one, took 90% of my HP. Basically you will die in 2-3 autos, flash will not save you in this situation. By picking 2 summoner spells that will aid your team, you are also maximizing your value as a champion. Items. You want to start with Spell Thieves and upgrade to Frostfang. The second item will be like this. If you are fed, or getting a lot of gold, you get Magi's straight away. If the lane is not going according to plan, get Dark Seal and then go for Athene's Unholy Grail. Best case scenario full build. Frostfang, Magi's, Athene's, Ardent, Redemption, Order is situational, and as last item, in place of boots, obviously. I love Rylai's Crystal Scepter, but any AP item is also fine. Matchup. Alright, so first off, let's keep it decent in the comment section, please. This is my opinion and from my experience playing Yuumi into these champions. Alright, so first off, Soraka, very bad matchup. Soraka can instant silence you when you're traveling in your W and also will ask to sustain the living daylights out of you. Versus this champion, you want to play aggressive and try your best to get a lead. The second one is Nautilus. This one is not that bad pre-6, but he can 100 to 0 you with his AD carry very easily, either you or your AD, depending who he catches off guard in lane. Once he reaches level 6, his all-in is devastated and there is not much you can do about it. For the rest of the champions, I genuinely feel you will do fine in lane as long as you understand how she works. More of that in the playstyle part. Synergies. So I was thinking to do her synergies with every single AD carry, and then I changed my mind and decided to tell you what ADCs I think have the strongest laning phase with her. All ADs work with Yuumi at the end of the day. Some will stomp lane with her, others will just AFK with her and just mow down mid and late game fights, being a perma-buffed AD carry by a cat. For example, Jinx. So, Yuumi has strong laning phases with Draven, Ezreal, Lucian, Kai'Sa, Sivir, and Ashe. On the Xayah note, this is a particular case because you need to be careful. Once this champion ulties, she also becomes untargetable, and it's very difficult to W to her. Playstyle. So, laning as Yuumi. You are looking to poke with autos and mounted Qs as much as possible. This is your only lane presence. If you are not able to abuse this, lane will most likely not go into your favor. Let's break this down. Always stay inside your minion wave versus killshot CC champions. Use the lane bushes versus everybody else. Poke with your auto for your passive, then make sure your AD is protected. Dismount only when you know your W is available. Curve your Q and mask it as much as possible to hit it. Do not face check. Wander off by yourself. You are not a champion unless you're with someone. Roaming and ganking as Yuumi. When you are getting the gank, channel your Q while you're on your AD, then W to your jungler to close the gap and land the slow. When roaming, roam with someone, either your own AD or jungler. When you want to gank as Yuumi, I would recommend you become very aware where the wards are so you don't get picked off. Channel your ulti and W to your laner, empowering him, and landing the 3 waves should be an easy kill. Objective taking. Baron or Dragon. My opinion is she's very underwhelming. Your sustain is great and so is your damage. You can scout out with your Q and you can ult someone who tries to engage and steal the objective from your team. On the other hand, sieging, she is very strong. Poke with your Q, mind the tower aggro of course, because late game this damage is quite something. Team fighting as Yuumi. This, very simple and straightforward. While you ult, you can channel W, E, but not Q. Make sure your ult covers a lot of ground and you land 3 waves on important targets. Do not just sit on one person. Help your team, keep a sharp eye on your AD though. If you want to get your passive, be careful. Late game you die very fast. Try to be the follow-up initiator. You like having a hard engaged champion to follow up on. Or set up with your Q. Do not try to use your ult for a pick. Save it for a multi-man team fight. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, and again, thank you Cody for the editing.